Joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show, courtesy of Alka-Seltzer. And, of course, just being a great human being all around. There he is, George Kittle, fresh off of the Niners clinching the NFC West in Arizona. How are you doing, George?
Wow. Well, when you intro it like that, I'm doing fantastic.
Anytime
you can clinch the division, it's a good ball.
I could also introduce you as George Kittle, for those who are listening, is on a Zoom with a blurry background, just like when you watch him run. Oh, and look at the Spider-Man mug, too. Look at that working right there. Fantastic.
Wow.
I'm on point today, man. I got a coffee for Rich. You know what, man? I've been up all morning, really, really excited for this interview with you.
Well, I feel the same way. How's life, George? What's going on?
Oh, let's see. I mean, if you just want me to give you through the 360 view of my life.
Yeah.
NFL football is going great. Teammates are playing at a high level, clinch the division in the playoff spot, an opportunity to control our own destiny with the 1 seed. So that's what you want, in December. You want to be playing big time football games, that mean a lot because that means you're playing good football. If you go look at college, my Iowa football team unfortunately lost to Michigan, Blue guys.
I really wasn't going to bring that up because it's festive.
Fine.
You got a Santa hat on, I mean, I wanted to keep it festive,
No, it is festive because there's nothing like a good Alabama thumping that Michigan's going to receive for Christmas.
Wow.
There's just nothing like it. And I had to sit in the locker room all week with Ronnie Bell, Ambry Thomas, Jake Moody.
There's a few of them.
Our reporter, Tracy, just in my ear the whole time. Taylor Lewan, man.
Right.
It's going to be fun for you guys to get your Christmas present.
Didn't Tracy Sandler put you in a Michigan shirt, too? Didn't she do that, George? Didn't that happen?
No, 100%. Hey, look, I like to make fun gestures and fun, little bets on every game. Like the mask I did to Purdy. I'm all in for it. So, if you let my Hawkeyes win, I'm going to take full advantage of it.
Okay.
So if you guys beat us, you better take advantage of it as well because I'll play the game. Okay. I have a great time doing it. But I'm now betting on Alabama, respectively. And not in my facility.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's much respect, to be straight up. I'm sensing a lack of respect, quite frankly.
No,
George.
No. So, if just real quick, and then we can talk about other things.
Whatever you want.
I thought Michigan. I think going in the whole season, I was like, they're definitely the best team, especially in the Big Ten. Like I thought they were going to be Ohio State. I was all aboard. Mm-hmm. And then I just don't think your offense looked very good against Iowa. And Iowa has a fantastic defense.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah, I know. But they had 4 turnovers on our side in the 50, and they got 4 field goals out of it, besides 1 touchdown.
George, name me an offense that looks good against Iowa. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like what we should have.
Penn State.
Oh, you got
that was 31-0.
No, no.
Yeah, I'm just saying, look, I want Michigan to do well, but when I watched that game, I was like, their defense is great. They're doing. I mean, they're they have you know what? Yeah. Michigan is Iowa with a slightly better offense.
Okay, I'll take it. Let's see what we
can do. They got great
defense,
defense, great special teams, and I mean their quarterback's really good. I just think he's been struggling a little bit.
And
recently.
A great head coach too, right, George? Don't leave out Harbaugh. Don't leave Jim out there.
He's back. Everyone that plays for him, I don't know him personally at all, but everyone that I know that plays for him absolutely loves playing for him. And there's a lot of stories out there about him and how crazy he is, but you can tell he has a passion for the game.
Yeah, you might hear it too in your building, George. Walking around in your building on that front.
Once or twice, I might have heard a story or two from Joe Staley. Once or twice.
George Kittle here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so what else is good? So you gave me the professional. Right? So what's going on personal? What else? What do you want to share in the Kittle life right now? What do you got for me, George? What's going on?
What I got for you?
Yeah. What's going on?
Let's see. I got my Christmas shopping done. Okay. I was pretty excited about that. I got ahead of that a couple weeks ago. And then hopefully, I don't think my dad, no respect, but I don't think my dad listens to your show every single day. So you want me to tell you what I got my dad for Christmas?
Sure, go ahead. What'd you get? What'd you get him?
I got him a signed photo of Neo from The Matrix by Keanu Reeves.
Oh.
That's pretty sick, right?
Oh. So what's the connective?
That's pretty sick.
What's the connective tissue? How you got that one? Do you know Keanu? What do you got? Who do you know? What do you got?
I got to meet Keanu. Okay. I did back at a concert it's called Bottle Rock. It's a music festival up in Napa Valley.
Okay.
And I didn't know he plays the bass guitar for a band.
Why not?
Unreal. Yeah, phenomenal, right? And he's really good at it. And so I got the opportunity to meet him. He's cooler than you would imagine.
Right.
So that was one of the best parts of, my whole off season. Just one of my memorabilia guys that I do some signings for. I asked him, he was like, "Oh, I can get that for you easy." So I got him that. And then I got my father-in-law's, he's a Cubs fan. So I got him a signed Sammy Sosa baseball.
Oh, okay. That's some next level stuff right there. Look at you, George.
Look at me. I'm out here. I'm not going to tell you what I got for my wife because she'll probably listen to this.
Okay.
Like,
We know, but
she'll wrap me up.
That's oversharing anyway. We don't need that. We're good. You're good.
You're
so
right.
you did that. So you're settled on that front and you're working.
I was pretty pumped.
Man. So, all right. Let me ask you a couple football questions then.
Ooh, let's talk football.
Does this feel like a Super Bowl year? I mean, you've had a Super Bowl year before with this team. Does it feel like it to you right now?
We're winning a lot of football games. We're currently the 1 seed. Our quarterback's playing at an incredibly high level that you haven't seen for a long time. And all of our skill positions are close to 1,000 yards receiving or plus 1,000 yards rushing. And our defense is our defense. And so, yes, I feel like I'm on a very talented team that has every opportunity to continue to win out from here on out.
Okay. So when you're talking about your quarterback, let me write this down. I wrote this notes. Are you talking about the game manager, Brock Purdy? Is that who you're talking about, George? The game manager?
Man, there's no one that manages the game quite like him, isn't there?
Oh, listen. He can manage. He can manage. I'll tell
wild.
you that. So,
Isn't it wild?
What is it? Is it the way he looks? Is it the where he was drafted? What is it? Where people are just
everyone just looks for, hey, what can I say today that people are going to argue with? And the one thing about 49ers fans is they like to argue with people who talk, crap about any of their players, about their franchise. And,
yes.
Brock's playing at an incredibly elite high level consistently week in and week out, 130 passer ratings, perfect passer ratings, doing everything that you're supposed to do as a quarterback. But just because he has good skill positions around him and a solid head coach and, a pretty good defense, I would say.
Yes.
It's like, he doesn't get the credit for it because everyone's doing all the work for him. Well, we can't do any of that work unless he's the guy throwing the ball.
Yeah.
So,
so like you're the perfect person, one of the few perfect people to ask about this because your name is thrown out there along with McCaffrey and Debo and Ayuk. And, you mentioned obviously Kyle Shanahan. Of course, Purdy's going to be looking that way. Just roll the footballs out to folks like you. What examples or an example you can give me that Purdy brings to the huddle, to the table, to the film room, anything that can quiet anybody who feels he's just the guy who's in a perfect position and playing without mistakes? What do you got for me there, George?
Well, sure. You got weapons all over the field. It's something that Coach Shanahan and John Lynch have done, a good job of. But we've had these weapons. We've had them for a while. We haven't won, unfortunately. And Brock Purdy comes in, and last year he wins 12 straight. Or, our team won 12 straight. He came in as a starter and won. And then this year, besides, we had a little hiccup there in the middle. We lost 3 straight, which you never want to do. But he's been playing at an incredibly high level. And you just, I think it was a combination of Trent Williams and Richard Sherman. Never thought I'd say them in a sentence together. But those two guys have been talking about how if you just watch the actual tape and don't watch the highlights that, everyone just kind of throws out there, watch the tape of what Brock Purdy does consistently on every single play. It's phenomenal. He's playing the quarterback position at an incredibly high level. The way he drops back, his footwork, his reads, using his eyes to throw people off, the way that he gets the ball to his guys in space. I mean, he's playing at such a high level right now and the consistency of it too. It's hard to go out there and play football consistently 24/7. You can look around the league Dallas didn't look 100% consistent last night. My guy Josh Allen has been 100% consistent the whole season. He's still a hell of a football player. But Brock's just gone in almost every single week and just played at an incredibly high level. And so I just don't know why people are continuing to argue with the things that he's doing weekly. And you can't just put that on, having good wide receivers, good tight ends, good fullbacks. It's that's what you want every quarterback to have. Look at Peyton Manning with the Colts, man. The guy threw for, 1,000-yard receivers for multiple people. And you're not blaming Peyton Manning for having good players on this team. You're just you're saying, hey, Peyton, great job of getting your players the ball in space.
Yeah, and he's also staying humble, too. He said, I think Christian should be the MVP after yesterday's game.
You want me to get on my soapbox and talk about why McCaffrey should be MVP?
Have at it.
So I think the quarterback position is the most important position in sports because obviously if you don't have a quarterback that can play football, it's very difficult to win football games. So I get the importance of that position. I think Brock is having an amazing season. Yes, he is playing an MVP caliber. That's so fun to say. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Good job, Brock. And like, I love quarterbacks and they do a great job. But like the things that Christian McCaffrey and I'll even Tyreek have done this year, and like Tyreek's going to figure out a way to get to 2,000 yards in 3 games. He's going to figure out a way to do it probably. But like the things that they do consistently every single play and every single time they touch the ball, it's absolutely outrageous. And the fact that they're not like higher in the MVP talks or whatever it is, odds in Vegas or wherever, people think they're going to win. Like, I feel like Tyreek and Christian, 20 plus touchdowns, can score more, run game, pass game. Every time he touches the ball, you're like, it's a highlight reel, it's a hurdle, it's a touchdown. And they're not even hardly into consideration MVP just because they're not quarterbacks. And that really bothers me because it's the most valuable player on the entire team. It's not a quarterback award. Just make a quarterback award if you want to give away a quarterback award.
George Kittle, everybody, on his soapbox right there on the Rich Eisen Show. And before we get to, your plug, what do you enjoy? Yeah. What do you enjoy better in the huddle, where a play's called for you to catch it, or it's Christian running left and it's you and Trent Williams, with Juszczyk on the block? What do you like?
Well, you know what? My fantasy coaches would love me to say the pass catching. They would like that, and I do enjoy that. But we had a couple runs out there yesterday that were phenomenal. And we blocked them up really well, and Christian did a great job of reading them. He just does. It was really fun. If you go back and like watch Christian from last when we got him early on, like he's figured out how to run outside zone in our offense and like how to set up the blocks to make it easier on the offensive lineman. So then it makes it easier on him. Like if the running back and the tight ends aren't like, they're not running together, it's how you get like you don't see all the awesome run plays, but he's figured it out. And he's gotten so much better consistently. And now he's just playing at an elite level, running behind our offensive line, tight ends and fullbacks. So it's really fun. You guys should watch more Christian tape.
Well, let me just put it this way, George, to you. You just alluded to the fact that some of your fantasy football owners would not like hearing you say that you would turn down a catch to block for McCaffrey. But what about the really brilliant fantasy football owners who have you and McCaffrey? You're looking at somebody, and there's 2 thumbs pointing right at him, George Kittle.
You have 4 thumbs pointing at you.
Yeah, buddy. Huh? Come on now.
Look at that guy.
Smart fantasy football owners like this guy behind the mic.
Rich, I knew I liked you for a reason, man.
Oh, many reasons. But right back at you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
just trying to flex, making the playoffs, both of us. So let's.
Good for you.
Thank you, sir. You know what? It's
not. What's your league playing for?
My league is playing for pride, sir. It's playing for pride.
Does a loser have to do anything stupid?
No. Just gets a whole bunch of crap that they don't want to hear. It's great. It's wonderful. You
should do the one where they have to like, you guys need to do like a golf trip and like the loser has to dress up funny. Like those have been some good ones that I've seen. Like they have to play a full 18 like in an outfit.
Didn't Jared Goff tell us once that he was in a league where the loser had to go all the way to Nome, Alaska and take a photograph or
by
something?
themselves.
Solo. Yeah, couldn't go with anybody.
Yeah.
They had to prove with the tickets they went by themselves. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is good.
That's good.
Let's talk about the Alka-Seltzer campaign. Helping fans say yes. What is the yes about, George? What do you got for me there?
The yes is, so look, I love Alka-Seltzer. I've actually used Alka-Seltzer since high school. I was just like, oh. And now they're like, hey, we kind of see some things the same way. And I like to have a very good time, whether I'm playing football or whether I'm off the field. And so all Alka-Seltzer is doing is that they just want you to say yes to going big on game day. So you don't have to worry about anything else. And they've got your back if you need help with some, unwanted symptoms or something like that. They've just got your back. So you can go eat all the wings, drink, all of the, hydrating water that you want to drink, and they'll take care of you after that.
Yeah. And celebrate, saying also running a sweepstakes right now until January 7th. Fans share a photo or video on Instagram to show how they hashtag Flex and Fizz, or Fizz and Flex, pardon me, can win $30,000 for the ultimate game day celebration. Look at you.
I would love to. I've been participating. I want to win $30,000.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if you're eligible. If you're promoting.
Am I not?
I don't know. Read the fine print in your contract, George, is all I would suggest. So I guess last one for you, since you're wearing the festive Santa hat, you're playing on Christmas. So
no, how fun.
So what does the weekend look like for? And by the way, not just anybody, it's the Ravens. Everybody's going to be talking about this game like it is a Super Bowl preview, and wait for it, a referendum on who should be the MVP in the league with Lamar coming in. Like that, there's a lot at stake.
That's fair,
George. You think that's fair?
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. I mean, Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Levi's Stadium.
Yep.
Christmas Day.
Yep.
Niners Ravens. Wow, you're telling me that's going to get some hype going up here, Rich?
Yeah,
People are going to talk about it, all the things. Man, it's going to be really fun, man. I can't wait for it. You know what? We haven't played the Ravens since 2019, and it's a different team, but a lot of the same guys. So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't watched the tape. I literally woke up 45 minutes ago, so I woke up just to hang out with you today.
I appreciate that.
But when I get into the film and watch the stuff, they're a really good defense. They're doing all the things, and Lamar's Lamar, man. Every time he touches the ball, it's how football's supposed to be played, man. It's just spectacular every time he touches the ball. He's fantastic. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be really fun. But one thing I love about this team that I'm on currently, we've had such a great mindset of 1 week at a time and not looking forward towards anything. And we've done a really good job about keeping everything in the building, not worrying about outside noise. And I think with that mindset and attitude, the things that we've done this season, they're not fake. You can watch the tape. You can see what we do all the time, whether it's run left or stop the run. We're playing good ball. And they're playing good ball too. So it's just going to be an exciting game. And I can't wait to be, playing in it on Christmas.
I bet. And so when you're playing a game against Arizona, I know you're blocking out outside noise. Do you look up at the scoreboard and see the Bills Cowboys score and talk about it on the sideline? Did that ever happen?
Oh yeah, for sure. Fist bumps were.
Why? Because you're such Josh Allen fans, George? Is that what you're saying?
Me personally, I'm a huge Josh Allen fan.
Who isn't?
Well, you know what? When he takes time out of his year to come to Tight End U, that means a lot to me.
He did that, right? He did that
2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
I know. What a nice guy. So I'm a huge Josh Allen fan, and he's an overall great guy. And everyone that's ever played with him has said that he's incredible. So
that's why that's why you're fist bumping, right? It's not who they were.
I was
beating.
No, I was just excited for Buffalo because they've had some tough games, so they just haven't clicked.
Yep.
And I've heard great things. I've had teammates who I have played with guys who currently they used to play in Buffalo, and I don't like it when my friends are struggling through things. I like it when everybody wins. I don't know why, man. It's just. But I like it better when we win.
I hear you. Absolutely. I always love you coming on, George. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you and your family. What else? What else is on my checklist here? Okay, we did hit Iowa, losing to Michigan. How did Bosa take that game in late November? Can you tell him I said hi? Because he's not. We've asked for him, and he's not appearing on this program, and I'm wondering if he's ducking me.
Wow.
I'll be straight up.
Wow.
I'll be straight up.
You know what? Nick hibernates in between Sundays.
Okay.
So it's not you.
Okay. I don't want to take it personal.
Might be you. But it's definitely not you.
It might be me. I'll take that as a compliment. That's what happens.
As you should, best dad ever.
Thank you, sir. Take care, best Santa ever. You take care of yourself, George.
Thanks, Rich. Always a pleasure.
Right back
I'll be back next week.
Fantastic. George Kittle, the great tight end of the San Francisco 49ers, courtesy of the Alka-Seltzer campaign, right here on The Rich Eisen Show.